What's up, Buck Dougladini in the garage. Today, I'm going to share an issue I'm having on my Jeep Grand Cherokee WJ with you, where I'm not getting power to certain systems in the Jeep. And I'm not sure why. And I've done some things diagnostically to try to figure it out. And I'm going to open it up to the group to see if anybody else has any ideas here. And maybe if anyone else is having this issue in the future, you'll be able to find your answer down there in the comments. That is the hope. Because if you can find the answer down there, that means I got the answer. I've actually been saving this video for a rainy day because I thought it would be a good opportunity to test out new mics. So I'm also going to be testing out new mics in this video. Longtime viewers from the channel, you're welcome. That uneven, staticky audio, I'm really trying to get rid of it. So I may try a few different microphone configurations in this video. Bear with me if the sound quality is weird on this one. Obviously suffer this video to benefit the future. Thank you very much. Let's get into the issue I'm having with my beloved WJ. First and foremost, what is this WJ? This is a 2001 Jeep Grand Cherokee Limited. That means it has the 4.7 liter V8. It has the 545 RFE transmission. I have confirmed it has the 545 RFE transmission. If you want to know what I'm talking about, I have a video. Leave it up in the corner there. It does have the 247 quadra drive transfer case, and it has Verilok limited slip differentials, Dana 30 up front, Dana 44A in the rear. Now the issue I'm having specifically is with the dual zone HVAC climate control. And before everybody jumps down in the comments and tells me it's a blend door issue, it's not that issue. That's not the problem we're having. Why don't you just watch real quick? Okay, Jeep's on, as evidenced by the on light, and we turn this, and nothing happens in any position. Now, as a good Jeep hoarder, when I first encountered this issue, I ran to my pile of parts. I grabbed another HVAC control block from a similar year, and I threw it in there thinking it would work, and it didn't. And then I threw in another one that I knew was good from another Jeep I had on property at the time, that red WJ. Well, this is a red WJ. Basically, that 02 that I was rebuilding, whatever. And that one didn't work either, so I started confirming some things, and I don't have any power at the pins. I'm not getting any power to the HVAC system. Now, before this issue progressed to that point, there were a few other anomalies that happened. So for a while, I would come out to my Jeep and my blower motor would be on, full. The Jeep was parked, it was off, all right? So clearly there was a short somewhere. I was never able to find it. I tried changing the resistor. I thought that would be the issue. I know that's the issue. That's what that issue usually is. It's not, because in this, I think it's something in the digicals, as our friend would say. So I changed the resistor. I chased some wires around. I couldn't find anything rubbed through for a while. I took out the, I guess just the blower motor relay or some fuse because it was the spring and I didn't need it. I didn't have any heat coming on. I didn't need AC yet. Then I'm at my dad's house. Drove there from work, parked the Jeep. I don't know, I wasn't there more than an hour, so it didn't really cool down all the way. I get in the Jeep, I drive up his driveway. I don't make it a quarter mile down the road. The Jeep shuts down completely. Shuts down. Almost as though like the skim or something got knocked off. You know, like got triggered. And I can't restart it. No power to anything, dead key. I get out. I didn't have a multimeter handy to check and see if it was like a battery, or I have no idea what it could have been. I can't remember. I know I threw the jump pack on thinking maybe it was battery or something, like maybe I had a super weak battery and then I didn't have enough juice to keep it going. I don't know what I thought. Probably after about 2 minutes, it just started working again and I drove off, but my HVAC has not worked since that day. I just got in the Jeep to go pick up the executive producers after filming, and I forgot one more interesting thing. My keyless entry only works when the Jeep is on now. Again, I'm thinking skim, so it looks like this. Because I never put my seat back, I'm the only one that drives this, but I put it back while I was filming. So if the Jeep's off, nothing. Turn her on. And there she goes. So, I don't know. Skim! I've gone through, as you could imagine, all of the fuses and relays in here several times, numerous times. I've taken it off and I've checked the back. That one that's sitting there all wonky, that's the blower motor one, because fun fact, even though my HVAC won't work, I still was coming out and finding the blower motor on. So clearly that short is maybe not related, and elsewhere upstream, would that be, from wherever the failure is? No, downstream from the failure. No, it'd be upstream, I guess, from the failure. Jeez and crackers, this video, I'm sorry. I'm sorry you guys are sitting through this. So the point being, those things could be unrelated. It could be a red herring, or that could be the whole thing. I don't know. I just want you guys to understand and trust and believe. I went through the fuses and I went through the relays, both the power distribution unit under the hood. I went through all the fuses and the relays that are under here. I know a lot of people miss the relays. The blinker and all that's under here. They're all in good shape. I chased wires. I went around wiring harnesses. Obviously, I checked grounds. I checked all the stuff that a basic guy is gonna check. I got a couple of schematics online and I did my best to check those. And freaking fiddly fork, the problem here is there doesn't seem to be anything wrong. I've checked grounds. I had an issue about 8 months ago, over the winter. I had an issue over the winter. I drove my Jeep to someplace. I turned it off for about 5 minutes and then it would not start at all. Battery had good voltage. I had good voltage down to the starter. I thought the starter was cooked. I ran and grabbed one. I started taking the starter out and all this corrosion fell out from between the contacts and the actual starter. Sure enough, cleaned it and she started right up. It got so bad under the Jeep, and it's not like this is a terribly rusty Jeep, but you know, it does sit every once in a while for an amount of time. So that's just context. I want you to have all the messiness rolling around your brain that's rolling around my brain, so we can be equally confused about what in the fiddle fork is going on here. I know a lot of people have had skim issues, and obviously I'm thinking that is a big possibility, but I don't necessarily know how to proceed. I've pulled full skim sets before, but I don't have any right now. And I was thinking about just buying an ECU that circumvents the skim, but I mean, that is ultimate hackery, parts cannon behavior. But that was something I was kind of thinking about doing anyway on this Jeep. Like, the one thing I don't like about WJs is the skim. It's a relatively simple vehicle with good engine options. It's a good vehicle and they last a good long time. And like, I think in 30 years, you're gonna be able to walk up to a WJ in a field and get it running, if not for the skim. That's such a pain in the butt, right? So anyway, I was thinking about going around the skim anyway. I'm not an electronics guy. I'm a huge WJ guy. I have if I may flatter my Christmas, if I may even try to get through a sentence, if I may flatter myself, I have a wealth of knowledge on WJs. I'm just not an electronics guy. I avoid that stuff whenever I can. So I know, like, both Eric and Project Dan are very much more electronic guys. I know, like, those kind of guys. I'm not that kind of guy. So there may be somebody out there that just has this answer, and I just don't. So I'm not embarrassed to say that, though I do consider myself somebody that has a lot of WJ knowledge. I'm completely stumped, and I don't want to just start throwing parts at things. Understand that I've done more than what I've told you, and understand that when I say I've confirmed as much as I could on either end, you know, that components work, that power is where it should be, or that it's not. I don't have power coming to the basically HVAC switch panel. I was thinking about trying to grab one out of a Laredo or something, because I have known good ones, you know, 20 yards that way. But I know there's other things you have to do to switch it over. You don't just switch the switch panel. So I'd love to know what you guys are thinking. I will try basically whatever you guys say, but I'm going to virtually find a way to slap you if you tell me it's the blend door, or you tell me to check my fuses and relays. Because I'm telling you, I've checked them, and not like I looked at them once. Like, I've gotten home from work several times, and that was the only thing I did that night, was just poke around. Are both sides of it good? Are the connections tight? pull the power distribution block up. Look under there. Is there any wires rubbed through? Follow those wires as far as you can. Look in the dash. Follow those wires. Get schematics out. Look where wires seem to go. Short of tearing the entire Jeep apart, I mean, and maybe that's what I have to do, because there are times, you know, without making this video longer than it needs to be, two of my favorite diagnostic guys are probably South Main and Watch West Work. Though they're really good diagnostic guys, right? And I know from watching them, man, sometimes it is that one-off where it's the split in the place you're never ever gonna find unless you tear the whole car apart and the whole harness apart. That would really stink. That would really stink. Or bad skim, I don't know. Let's talk about it down in the squawk boxes. We all love WJs here. I'd love to get some more knowledge. So leave me a comment down in the squawk boxes. If you would, answer me these. Have you ever had an issue like this? What do you think my issue might be? What would you check if you were having this issue right here? And if you don't have an answer to any of those, tell me what's the craziest issue you ever successfully solved on your WJ, because I'm hoping we're gonna get a lot of in-need WJers down in the squawk boxes at some point. This is the kind of video that'll be a slow build. So thank you for your info. Thank you for your opinions. Thank you for watching. See you on the next one.